Hello, and welcome to another episode of Chaos Punch Productions. I am Dr. Chaos. With me, a new friend, the Protector of Pockets. Say hello.
Yeah. My name's Protector of Pockets, and I just thought of that nickname about 5 minutes ago.
He's damn right he is. Okay, today's topic, video games, and how they're awesome. Okay, do you have one we want to start with?
Well, looking around your room right now, I can see a crap ton of posters. Let's start with the good one, Metroid.
Yes, friggin' Metroid. Oh, well, so it's been a solid 3 years since the last Metroid game, Metroid Other M, which is now going at GameStop for like $5. So, go down there and get it, because it's good.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Really, it's good. What, you don't like it?
Really?
Really?
I haven't played it, but
You've heard bad things.
I've watched all the cutscenes, since story is what matters the most to me, and since Metroid Prime games had story, but it was in such a way that you couldn't just watch a Let's Play of it.
Right.
I just had to play them. But with Metroid Prime, Other M, it's like it's by Team Ninja. I mean, I could just watch it all right there.
Yeah, you
then
could.
And now.
Even when you complete the game, you get an option to just watch all the cutscenes as one continuous movie.
Like a Metal Gear Solid, by any chance?
Sort of, yeah.
We'll get to that later.
But no, it's really fun. It's like, gameplay-wise, it's really fun. It's the breath of fresh air Metroid needed.
Needed?
Well, you know what I mean.
Are you saying the Prime formula was getting old?
No. I'm just saying, since the trilogy was over, and Retro probably wasn't going to make another one for a while, we needed a new Metroid, and then we got one, and it was pretty good.
Alright.
It also proved to us that Retro is a very good game studio. Isn't that right, Donkey Kong Country Returns?
Wait.
Yeah, they did that.
No, I'm saying, like, are you saying that Metroid... Wait, are you saying Metroid Other M was so crap that they made Retro games look even better?
What? No, I'm saying it's a fun game in its own right. And the Prime series are fun games in their own right. I'm just saying they're both very good. That's all.
Okay, I'll play it, since if it is for $5, I'll just go buy that shit and play it on my shitty-ass Wii, but otherwise, yeah, Metroid. I always look forward to Ridley in every single game. Because Ridley, something about big purple dinosaur dragons just turned me on.
This guy's got a raging reptile fetish.
When I was a child, Megatron from Beast Wars was my biggest idol.
Yes.
Like most children, it's like Einstein or Superman or something.
Einstein.
Mine was fucking like Megatron. And whatever malicious intent I may have in mind may be spurned from that fascination.
Huh.
Yes, you're scooting away right now, aren't you?
No, I'm just getting a better view of the microphone so it could hear me better.
Don't lie to me.
No, I'm perfectly fine with you. Look, I'm right next to you. Anyway.
Our audience can't see that.
Shut up. Anyway.
The two people who listen to this, one of them is me making sure my voice is pitch perfect. By the way, that's a good movie.
Really? It seemed okay.
Did you watch it? The soundtracks, man. There we go.
Oh, you mean like the Glee cover system?
It's not a I'd say it's superior to Glee, because I suppose since it's a film and people have to spend time working on films instead of pumping out stupid episodes like Glee does.
I heard Glee just took a cover of Baby Got Back and just did nothing to change it. They just friggin' played it.
Wanted to kill like at least 3 people when I found that out, because Jonathan Colton is one of my favorite artists of anything, really. Like, I would have his children if I could.
Darn those gender stereotypes.
Damn you, God, for making me into a male. You guys were talking about sexism last time, so I'm not going to bring that up. Anyways, let's retract back to an old topic. Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
So what are you thinking about the new game?
The Phantom Pain?
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. I'm still understandably, I'm annoyed about no David Hayter,
Yeah.
which is the most retarded decision I've heard in a long, long time.
Well, I've heard theories like from like Jeremy Johns that it's supposed to mark the transition from pretty much being Solid Snake
To being Big Boss.
Big Boss, yeah.
Right, I understand that. It's just kind of annoying.
Because he's older in this.
No, I understand it completely. It's just... Hey, maybe... Knowing Kojima, they're probably going to give Hayter, like, a cameo role or something.
They better. Or else. So, I mean, it's like... You gotta have him in. You gotta have the growl, Fuck, that was the worst impression I've ever done in my life.
Metal Gear.
That works. Never mind.
Otacon, what's this lizard thing? That's from Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
The Yoshi Easter egg?
Yeah.
I really like Brawl, but every game has its stuff.
Each of them are very fun.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know why people are so angry about the changes from Melee to Brawl. It's still the same game.
I bet they're just pissed that Mewtwo wasn't in it.
Oh, I gotta have my Mewtwo! A kid!
Hey,
Play it!
Mewtwo's cool. Mewtwo's cool.
No, I understand that. Lucario's cooler, though.
Don't be that way. I remember the first Pokemon movie. Oh my god, that blew my mind. I was like...
Makes me cry every time.
Oh, yeah. I really like those striped Pokemon.
The clones?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Something was needed to tell the difference, and... Stripes! Sir, you sure this is a good idea? Yes!
But it got to the point where I actually was looking for toys of the clone Charizard or something. Because, I mean...
Just take a freaking toy Charizard and put purple stripes over it.
Purple stripes.
Were they purple?
Are you trying to bring this back to the Ridley conversation?
No, shut up. What are we talking about? Metal Gear.
Maybe
Metal
that should
Gear.
be my name. Like, Dragon Fetishist 2069 or something. I don't know.
Well, whatever your name is.
Who am I? La 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 la. What are we talking about? Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Right?
Metal Gear. Can do that every time we say Metal Gear, because that's what Snake does.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Yes,
Snake,
I haven't
Metal Gear.
played Revengeance Rising.
It's very fun. It's not, like, the best action system. It could be better, but it's still very fun in its own right.
I heard the boss fights are fucking amazing.
They are, oh my god. Even the final boss, Senator Armstrong, most difficult thing I've fought in a long time.
So, is that supposed to be like a spoiler, or like, does everybody know about
Everyone, it's so mimetic, everyone knows already. Don't worry.
Is it like a major plot twist, though?
No, not really. We kind of know Armstrong is the bad guy since the second mission.
Because, I mean, like, Metal Gear Solid 2 had, the fucking
General
president.
Sears, yeah. The thing about that, the thing about Armstrong, we kind of see glimpses of him earlier, and people talk about him, but we don't actually meet him until the final mission, during the final boss. It's kind of annoying.
Oh.
He just kind of shows up out of nowhere. It's like, Armstrong! I was Raiden doing... Anyway, he's a very difficult boss, but he's so much goddamn fun. Oh my god.
Oh, speaking of Raiden, was this voice always like that?
All gravelly? No. It's kind of... Quentin Flynn didn't really know what to do with his voice during that game. Sometimes we got the standard, Raiden voice.
He's the same voice actor from
Yeah,
before.
it's the same dude. It's still Quentin Flynn. It's just he goes growly when Raiden goes into Ripper mode.
Ripper mode.
Yeah, when he regresses back to his psychological training from his past. And starts ripping things to shreds.
So are we supposed to take this game as canon or no?
I think so. It's opening up a lot of potential with Raiden's character. His story isn't over. I can tell that. I hope it gets he gets some nice closure. Like at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, he goes away with his wife and son.
That's closure, isn't it?
Yeah, but this game brought him back, and now he's all sad again.
Why did his wife?
No, she's fine. Don't worry.
Oh.
He's just kind of gets caught up in the killing, and doesn't really know what to think about anything anymore. So he gets all confused. It's kind of sad.
Oh no.
I hope Raiden gets some closure. I like him. Not as much as Snake, of course, but I like him.
I like though that He's getting respect now.
Yeah, people like him more.
So I'm curious, what games are coming out?
Like,
Like after BioShock Infinite, I'm like, okay, I'm not waiting for anything else anymore. But I'm really curious, like, what's left?
okay, I think, well, the Deadpool game drops at the end of June. I don't know if that's going to be any good. It looks okay. But it's, it's Deadpool. Deadpool's awesome. But
Yeah.
he's also kind of overexposed. Kind of losing the edge. What else? Project Cross Zone finally gets English localized in the summer.
What the hell's that?
It's a gigantic crossover between Sega, Namco, and Capcom.
Like a fighting game or something?
No, it's the Super Robot Wars series?
I know him because I Google a lot of like Gurren Lagann Evangelion stuff. That's about it.
It's kind of like that, except with like individual people. Mixed with Endless Frontier, which is one of my favorite games.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a story-based kind of thing?
Yeah.
So it's... Well, shit, no. Brawl's actually like a fucking fighting game. But I mean like the Subspace Emissary.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, each chapter follows a different team. So it's like 2 people from each game from each of the series. They join up to do something. So we got people like Frank West interacting with Cosmos from Xenosaga.
Wait, so it's Capcom, Sega, and...
Namco.
I mean Dante's gonna be in there?
Dante's in it.
Oh, hell yeah.
So is Mega Man X.
Dante's my boy.
So is Mega Man X, which is nice because we haven't seen much of him since 2006. Damn it, Capcom, get back on him.
No Marvel characters, I presume.
No.
Okay.
It's just the games.
Yeah.
What else? Super Street Fighter 4 is getting a patch, like a balancing patch, kind of like Street Fighter Cross Tekken did the other day, a few months ago. I don't really think I don't really know. I'm not like 100% sure what's coming. A bunch of boring indie games are coming out, but I don't really care about those. The thing is, I don't really like downloading games. I like having a physical copy of something in my hands to play.
Yeah.
It's just not the same having to download it and go into my memory to find it.
Yeah, but indie games, you gotta admit, they're kind of the future. You know?
I guess.
I mean, don't think of it as a bad thing. I mean...
I'm not. It's just, most of it doesn't seem that interesting. That's the kind of the sad part. Like, big budget games, those are pretty interesting.
I beg to differ since, I mean, I feel like big budget games have a lot of money in their advertising department, and advertising is trying to make you interested in their product.
Well, yeah.
While indie games, their developers probably don't give a shit about it. They're just like, hey, we're just going to focus on making the game, and it's going to be good, maybe shit, never, we don't know. That's why we're doing it.
See, that's a catch-22. I understand what you're saying, but there's still the 50-50 chance that it's going to be good or bad.
It's not 50-50, it's more or less fucking 1 to 100. Since, it's...
the Sturgeon's Law.
Sturgeon's Law?
Yeah, it's the
Wait, I'm on fucking TV shows every day, I know what you're talking about. The whole, everything's shit except for the things that aren't, and
yeah,
those are really good.
They're 90% of everything is crap. You gotta sift through that crap to get the 10% good stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. 90 or 80%, something like that.
I think the weird thing is that that mostly applies to, like, webcomics, and a lot of webcomics start out pretty shit.
Oh god, don't go nuts.
I'm not going to talk about Homestuck. Okay?
You better not.
I know how much you hate Homestuck.
Yes.
For any of you readers out there who love Homestuck, don't listen to this guy. Listen to me.
Shut your face.
I love you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on record saying it's pretty bad.
You haven't even gotten to, like, Act 2 or anything.
I don't need to. It's bad enough.
Did the meteors hit at all?
No.
You didn't see anything about meteors?
No.
You didn't get far at all. Oh my god.
Whatever. My attention span is just that when I'm listening to a song and the first 5 seconds don't, like, get me, I'm probably not going to listen to it. So it's kind of like that.
I suppose that's your own fault, then?
Probably. It's something I should get over. Because when I listen past those 5 bad seconds, it gets pretty good most of the time. Sometimes no. Sometimes I was completely correct, but sometimes yes.
That's what Homestuck is. Anyways.
Sure.
Anyways, moving besides that, so we went from fucking video games to fucking webcomics.
Let's go back to video games. What else is coming? I just don't know what else is coming out. Oh! You don't really care, but the JoJo's fighting game. End of August. Koichi and Otoshi from Part 4 have been confirmed.
Yeah,
Japanese
names, number 89.65.
Koichi Hirose. He's,
Konnichiwa Ching Chang Chang.
Now don't be racist.
Ding dong.
Now don't be racist.
Girl, don't be messing with my swag, y'all. Blah, blah, blah.
Metal Gear. Okay.
See, that's the new age music right there.
Oh my God. It's really sad how far music has fallen.
I theorize that in like 30 years, static electricity will be like the new form of pop.
Probably.
People are gonna be like, bzzz, and some guy's gonna be like, damn, look at those beats, dog. Damn.
Probably.
Hot diggity.
Yeah, dubstep is just crap. I'm sorry, everyone who likes dubstep, but I've never heard.
I'm kind of liking it as a boss music kind of thing.
Well,
not like a serious boss battle, but like a goofy mini boss kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess. Like
the new Devil May Cry had a lot of dubstep stuff in it.
Right.
And it was great for like a lot of the fights, but for stuff like Dante versus Virgil, and honestly, if you haven't played the game by now, hell, if you even know anything about Devil May Cry, you know he's gonna fight Virgil eventually. In the fight against Virgil, it's like playing all this dubstep stuff, and I'm like, this does not fit the raw hatred between the two, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the original had like
cannot.
all the fucking like booming orchestras and whatnot. That was just incredible. Like I listened to that album for hours and I'd cry like each time. I wouldn't cry, I'd actually feel the urge to like punch something through a wall and then like run up it and like shoot at like the birds in the sky or something. Like do something vertical, you know?
Anyway, dubstep is bad. But here's something I've noticed. I've heard a couple songs that have that are like normal instruments, but they have dubstep mixed in it. So I'm starting to think, okay, dubstep is good if it's attached to something that's not dubstep at all, because by itself, dubstep is a horrible, horrible thing. We should kill it before it breeds.
I feel like you can't sit back and listen to dubstep. You can't like put on your iPod before you go to bed and listen to dubstep.
No.
It has to be something. You have to be doing something.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a boss battle or whether you're at a dance or anything like that.
It's like I heard a redo, like a modernized redo of the James Bond theme, and I'm like, the dubstep's annoying, but it's still James Bond, and it's still a modern representation of the very good song. So I guess.
Well, when you do anything pop that's like in a different format, the novelty of seeing it is
the Bond theme isn't pop; it's total.
I mean, like maybe this was like an inverted thing, but like when Friday was popular, when everybody was hating on that, when
I like that song.
when they do screamo covers of it, for example.
Yeah.
Like you may not like screamo, but the fact that you heard Friday being sung by a screamo band was just awesome enough.
I guess, yeah. I understand what you mean. Like, also, in the JoJo's anime, the soundtrack is comprised of good chunks of dubstep, but, it's mixed in with actual good, music. So it's bearable, at least. It's actually pretty... It's, if it's mixed well enough, it's actually a good song. But dubstep by itself? Oh, no. No.
Right. So
let's see
I don't watch JoJo's.
No, I know.
Read JoJo's.
I know.
Or breathe JoJo's.
I understand.
Like you do. Because I'm focused on other things.
What other things? You're just as obsessed with something as I am. You understand that, right?
Yes, I know.
So don't be a hypocrite.
I'm not being hypocritical. I'm just trying to lighten your mind.
And see, here I am too. JoJo's is a very good series.
And Homestuck is a very good series.
If you say so.
If you say so.
So.
Stop copying me. Stop copying me. Blah, blah, blah.
So.
We need to be on topic.
Yes.
I feel bad for the audience.
I don't know. I think they're laughing this up.
I think the word audience implies that more than one person's watching this.
I assume like a handful of people are. Like, I don't know. I'll hide some keywords in the tag so they'll accidentally stumble upon it.
What, you'll tag this as like super doggy porn 666 Illuminati or something?
Well, maybe not that ridiculous.
Don't do that actually, because that actually fucks everything up. Oh my god.
No.
You get so much more views, but so much more hate. Oh my god.
Yeah, people can be taught to hate, people can be taught to spell, but apparently it's one or the other.
What are you, Joseph Goebbels? Nothing. So. What other games?
I don't really know anything else that's coming out.
I mean, how many gaming podcasts have you ever heard in your life? Well, actually, podcasts, listening to them takes a fucking long time of your days, so, I mean, you probably only choose, like, 3 or 4, but...
He says we're
still.
hitting the 21 minutes, 23 seconds mark. But yeah.
Oh, well.
So, as you waste time listen to us talk about games. What games are we talking about? Let's see. Well, let's just go back to previous games. I'm not one to, like, keep up with the times, with technology. I just recently got this laptop. So, old games that are good.
Fucking Shadow of the Colossus, but you don't like that game.
No, I don't.
What else?
People just probably threw a full wine glass at the computer screen for hearing me say that. They probably did.
Would you care to elaborate for our viewers?
I shall.
Viewers or listeners? Listeners, that works.
Listeners. They're going to be looking at pictures I'm going to put up, but it'd be listeners. Okay, so here I am, young, a few years ago, and I hear about this game called Shadow of the Colossus, right? It's gained like a cult following. Everyone loves it. I've not found one negative review about it, so I'm like, okay, this sounds pretty good. So I go to Gamefly. I'm like, I want to rent this. And they send it to me. And I noticed that the disc does not have any words on it. It's just a carving of Colossus. I'm like, oh, that's cool, I guess. I pop into my PS2. And I'm completely underwhelmed by the graphics. They're not anything special. They're graphics. They look the same as every other PS2 game I've played. And so I'm watching this kid go on his horse up to the shrine, put his girlfriend down, and the shadowy creatures from Eco, he fends them off with a sword.
So you played Eco?
What? Yeah. Eco's okay. I like it. What was I saying? So he fends them off with a sword, and the shadowy voice is like, "Oh, you want to save your girlfriend, huh? Go kill some Colossus."
Well, it's more like, what? No, and the subtitles are saying, like, go kill Colossuses. But, you know, that's the point. It makes the dubbing much easier.
I understand. So, there's not really any controls. I'm just like, oh, okay, how do I do this? Jump is triangle? Who put that in there? So I find the first Colossus. I'm like, okay, something to kill. Go ahead and climb.
You know, another thing about it, I can't remember what the X button did in that game.
It called the horse.
Really?
Argo! Yeah. Argo! That's all it did.
Wow.
Yeah.
My mind is broken. Continue.
Okay, so I go to the first Colossus. I'm like, okay, gotta kill this thing. So I climb its hairy ass, and I'm like, okay, these controls are terrible. I mean, seriously. Why do I have to climb the whole game? So I kill it. I feel no emotional stimulation whatsoever. I'm just... on to the next one. Mm-hmm. So I continue that trend. I kill the horse. I kill the flying thing in the pond with the ruins.
You were not impressed by the flying thing?
No.
Really?
Really. I go to the big dude on the Diaz, like the big tower with the swirly walk up. When I was going up there, I'm like, there's not a bridge connected to the main circular thing? That's annoying. So I climb onto the ledge and try and jump to it. It took me 3 damn times till I realized I had to pull back on the control stick and press triangle to jump off it. Come on, game! So anyway, I kill that thing. And then I get to, I think, the one with the beard. And I'm just so baffled by how to kill this thing. I keep thinking I can get onto his hand. I keep thinking I'm supposed to, like, jump off it when it brings it up to his face and about to shake it. That never works. So I spend a solid 20 minutes trying to figure this dude out. Then I just quit and give up. Now, I'm completely unimpressed with the game. It didn't feel it was worth my time. I sent it back to Gamefly, erased the save file, and used it for something better.
Well,
That's my story.
I had literally no problem with the controls at all.
Okay. Oh, also,
So,
even though there were no enemies, I was still paranoid that something was going to jump out and attack me when I'm walking around.
now what does that imply about your psychological profile?
I'm a bit anxious. I understand. And, like I said, the graphics wasn't beautiful. It just looked okay. There was a lot of bloom lighting. That was whatever.
It wasn't really like that was.
I kept hearing about it being called art. I thought it meant the graphics. I didn't know it meant, like, the emotional crap. So, I immediately tried to figure out what made the graphics so good, and there was nothing.
That's your problem. You fall into hype, and you're always disappointed by it.
Exactly.
I try to
really
keep an open mind every time. Like, Soul Eater is a popular anime for some reason.
I like it.
I did not like it. Oh my god. It was just too random. Though I realized that the randomness was kind of the point, since the whole point of the whole thing was madness, but
yeah,
I couldn't bring myself through it. I got up to Arachne, I think that was her name, her introduction, and then I kind of just faded out of it. The guy locked in the bottom of the school was one of the freakiest things I've seen, though. I love that part. But yeah, I'll try to stick with an anime to the end, but sometimes it just lose and fade out. That was my case with Gun X Sword.
What, you didn't like Gun X Sword?
I like Gun X Sword, but it was like a little too much mediocre for me. It felt like I've been here somewhere. Like,
no, I understand what you mean, but
it was like Trigun with like Cowboy Bebop designs.
yes,
and that's not a problem. It's just I just wasn't really motivated to watch it. I'd probably watch it again if I had to.
No, I understand what you mean, but yeah, it's one of my favorite animes. I like it.
I'm currently watching High School of the Dead right now. It's taking me for fucking forever to get through 12 episodes, which is really fucking weak and embarrassing for a guy like me. But I don't know. It's like if I take a break from watching an anime series, I probably won't come back to it, even if I like the series a lot.
You just get distracted a lot.
Yeah, true.
My problem is that I tell myself I want to watch the anime, but something about me just doesn't want to commit. I think that's the problem. It's like I can watch the first episodes of anything, but unless I really like it, I'm not gonna just sit there and be like, I gotta watch episode 2. No, I'm probably gonna jump to another anime and watch the first episode of that.
First episodes.
They can either make or break the series, really.
Well, I mean, like, they always pour in a lot of resources into the first episode to make
of course.
Like that's like Studio Gainax's biggest problem is that they always put all the stuff in the beginning. The issue is, though, there's a lot of really trippy stuff that they just throw at you in the first episode of a series that really, like, what's the word, like, unsettles you in a way.
It's like I can't just jump into the middle of something because, like, I can't pick up an issue of Shonen Jump and just start reading, like, whatever the hell is happening to Ichigo or Toriko or something. Toriko's
the
not...
thing with starting something like Bleach is that the beginning is always so much more different than where
I
people
know,
are.
right?
Yeah, so it's like, can I skip this, or it's something that's...
Is it something important? I don't know.
That's the same thing for a lot of Monster of the Week kind of shows, because it's always...
It kind of punches you in the face eventually.
What do you mean?
Like, Madoka Magica. Everyone was shocked as hell when Mommy died, and the series twisted around. You don't know?
I tried watching Madoka, but it was subs. I'm a dubs guy.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the dubs to come out.
Yeah, I just can't. I'm sorry, Japanese seiyus, but you just all sound the same to me. That's not racist, because here's basically, to me it sounds like Japan has about 6 voice actors. We got, the clean-cut, feminine-sounding hero, the really high-pitched and really annoying moe girl, the brooding, long-haired Lancer-type character, the big guy, Norio Wakamoto, and some other evil people. So, but, I mean, I guess if I listen hard enough, I could hear some differences between the voices, but when compare this to English dubbing, it's pretty much the same thing. Each voice actor, fills a certain role, but they're also different. The sounds are different to me. I'm like, is that Liam O'Brien? I can't tell. So, it's kind of like that,
But Liam O'Brien and Steve Bloom are pretty guilty of the same voice and everything.
I know.
So though when they change it, that's what makes it so much special.
No. Here's the thing. I can listen to any of Liam O'Brien's roles.
I will kill you.
And be like, I can hear the breathy undertone. It's him. Because, he talks like that.
Yeah.
You hear, Kane from Final Fantasy IV, or
I
Tenma.
fucking loved him as Tenma in Monster.
or Tenma, or War from Darksiders. It's
I'm playing through Darksiders right now. It's, I don't know how to put it. I think War is a really fucking boring character, but...
No, it's understand. I still like him better than Death, though. Death is just kind of, I like War better.
The story seems alright to me. It's just,
The story was done by, a really famous comic book writer, I think? I can't remember exactly who.
Comic book writers. There's only, Frank Miller and Alan Moore. That's the only famous comic book writers I know of. And Stan Lee. And
Alan Moore's
there's a lot I can probably think of, but that ruined the joke, and I'm gonna seem like a really shitty comedian.
You just ruined the joke right there.
Fuck you. Continuing.
What crap? What was it? Liam O'Brien. So yeah, Asura from Asura's Wrath, it's pretty much the War voice, except angry.
Wait, I haven't played that game, but it's Asura's Wrath?
Yeah, Asura.
Asura?
Asura.
I thought it was Asura.
Or that too, I guess.
Yeah, have you played it?
Yeah, I played it.
So did they say Asura or Asura?
Because
if it's Asura, I mean, I'm thinking of like a giant Mothra monster made out of someone's ass.
No.
Even though Asura may sound like Azura from Elder Scrolls, it's
No, I'm pretty sure
it sounds.
At least Yasha, he pronounces it Asura. So I think it's that.
Okay.
Yasha.
Pronunciations of things are just always fuck things over for me.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, I don't watch stuff much, so I don't know how things are supposed to be pronounced. For the longest time I thought it was Yusuke for Persona 4. It's Yusuke. What?
It's like when you read something and it's like, how the fuck do you say that? And you have a very vague pronunciation that runs in your mind when you say it.
Yeah.
And then you start telling other people about it and you start using that pronunciation and you get very familiar with it. And then the, voiced adaptation comes out and it's something completely different than you thought. It's like, what the fuck? I feel like that started with Lovecraft and this whole Cthulhu stuff. Because it's not Cthulhu, it's like Cthulhu or something.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Fucking love Lovecraft.
Of course you would.
You gotta think for tentacles, man.
Mm-hmm. It's not H.R. Geiger, it's H.R. Giger.
How do you know that?
I looked him up.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I looked it up. Giger.
Because, I mean, wouldn't it be spelled like Giger counter?
Well, no, it's spelled like Geiger, as in Geiger counter, but it's Giger. It's pronounced Giger because it's like German or something?
I thought it was Giger. Fuck. This is so self-fulfilling, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah, the pronunciation has been punching me in the face for a couple of years now. Because I try saying something around the anime nerds in my school, and they're like, "Oh, it's not pronounced that way." Like, bitch, who told you?
By the way,
Yeah.
you all might not know this, but this kid has the balls of a 50-year-old weightlifter or something, and he's only a senior in high school.
Yeah.
That's frightening.
How do I? What do you mean balls?
Well, it's like when you hit puberty, your
Oh, you
balls
mean my
drop
voice.
to the levels of the episode of South Park when they started smoking all that marijuana.
You mean my beautiful manly voice? Well, of course. I don't know. The gift, I guess.
Because, I mean, like, if I wanted to speak in a deep voice, I have to consciously do it.
You sound nasally,
Shut up.
So,
but I do too, so it's okay.
but you do it naturally. It's not a
Yeah, this is my actual voice. I'm not doing any vocal crap. I could. Like, you heard my snake impression earlier. Metal Gear. I just wanted to do that again.
That's a pretty good impression. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Hey, that's Captain Falcon, isn't it? Alright, I'm done. But, yeah. We were talking about... Somehow we got from Liam O'Brien to my voice. Then before Liam O'Brien, we were talking about something completely different.
Well, it went from something like video games to webcomics to voice actors to anime to pronunciation.
Oh, yeah,
to your
oh, yeah.
voice.
We were talking about how much I didn't like Shadow of the Colossus. What makes you like it?
I thought we'd just stop doing that like a few minutes ago. Well, okay. I really like Shadow Colossus because I'm a big guy in monster designs, but there was a lot of other fuck, if you just read any review, you understand how I feel about it. So I'm not really going to go over to it. I'm sure that a lot of the people in our audience have already heard of Shadow of the Colossus, and they know, like,
Probably
all the
cursing
reviews
my
and stuff.
name because I didn't like it.
Yeah, so I don't really need to explain it, since I have mostly the same reasons as everybody else. Not a conformist. Well, maybe I am, but I'm not.
You jump on the bandwagon a lot.
So?
So, that's not original.
You gotta go somewhere if the bandwagon's gotta take you somewhere. Fuck, wait, no, that made no sense. The bandwagon will drive you places, and you'll find a better place there. Unless it's a wagon down south and you're a escaped slave or something. I don't know. I'm sorry, the metaphors, they just come. Like, if you're a fan of anything and it becomes popular, I mean,
It's
isn't
kind
that...
no, it's kind of annoying because it used to be my own little thing before it became popular. Now
Like
everyone
what?
knows. Well, I don't have a specific example. If I'm just saying in general, like saying you like let's say you like something, but no one else really knows about it, but it's like the best thing in the world to you. So let's say this thing also becomes popular for some reason, like recently, like it's become a cult sort of series, and you just kind of feel betrayed because like, but this used to be my thing. I thought you guys didn't like it, and now everyone's doing stuff about it. Everyone's spearheading projects for it. Everyone's doing the things you wish you could have done, and you're like, God damn it! So you just
That's
kind of
not really... That's more or less your fault. You know, that
What if you couldn't do those things?
Like, what, you're a quadruple amputee and, like...
No. What if you didn't have the money, time, or resources to do that kind of thing, but you were planning to later when you could?
You mean, like... What, you wanted to make a music video featuring, like, all your little characters of
No.
a certain show? I mean, it's not that big of a deal when you get down to it. It's like, the show you like... Put it this way. The more... you now have a more likelier chance of making friends.
Yeah.
Because, put it this way. The only reason why, like, I tell people to read Homestuck and why you tell people to read JoJo's is so you have someone to talk to about this weird trippy thing that you're watching.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about My Little Pony last year, back when I really liked it. Third season really sucked, so I'm not watching it anymore.
That explains every TV show in existence.
Yeah, it's not a negative, and if you had a project in mind, no one's gonna stop you. No one really cares how long you've been watching something. If you've been watching it for a very long time, if you've been watching it for a really short time, then they'll care. But they'll only care because they'll be like, you gotta stick with it more. You gotta continue the line. Otherwise, you find a fandom that has a hierarchy. It's like, oh, I've been here the longest, so fucking seniority complex, man. I can say whatever I want about the fandom, but you just started, so you can say anything. That's how a lot of things are. That's how fucking life works, I suppose. It's not a very pleasant process, but like, oh, hey, the professor knows everything, blah, blah, blah. But no, you don't have to listen to the professor, though, Like, the professor can be a total dumbass. And, you can just be on your merry way to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's how fandoms are. You can have really stupid fans. Which most fans devolve into.
Sorry, fans, but you're kind of terrible.
So yeah. Fuck, that was a long rant.
But no, it'll help with fewer people will like it. You touched on a lot of interesting topics, so it'll help. Good job.
Oh, what? This is my first podcast, so I mean.
No. You're completely understanding it. You get it. It's just like a couple dudes in a room talking about stuff.
Yeah, true.
Just talking like we normally do. Except there's a microphone, and people are judging us.
Oh no. What will we do?
Okay,
Alright.
So it's...
Video games?
I was kind of gonna talk about something else for a second.
Alright, continue.
Okay, so, like, kind of continuing on with the previous topic, like, when I really like something, I really get into it, and that's kind of, like, the only thing I kind of care about. So, of course, yeah, I want to get something common to talk about. Mostly because, like, all the anime nerds at my school are just so up with it. They know all this new crap that I've never heard of. And I'm just kind of sitting there going, what? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's really annoying. So,
I feel like, most, like, all the message boards and all that stuff, they're all for shows that are, like, in progress.
I know, right? I want something for shows that are done, because that's the only kind of stuff I can catch up with.
Yeah, if you're watching a show, like, let's say, like, a show from, like, the 90s, like, Evangelion or something, you're watching it by yourself,
yeah.
And you're like, what? This is blowing my mind right now. Oh my god. You don't really have anyone to talk to about it.
No, because everyone's just kind of bored with it right now. It's like,
they've already watched
Eva.
it, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Eva. Hey, have you seen that new episode of Maggie yet? Magi?
Yeah, because then they're doing all the theories and all that stuff. You can't post theories about a show when you haven't finished watching the show.
Yeah.
But if the show is progressing as you're putting these theories, then it's fine. But if the show's complete, it's like, there's no fun.
Yeah.
But it's a complete experience, though, at the same time. There's all these trade-offs to starting a show late, I suppose.
It's like, the other day I was on this anime viewing website, and there's this little chat bar on the side where everyone can just chime in to talk about stuff. So they're having, like, really long conversations about very specific episodes of Angel Beats or something. And I'm sitting there watching episode 2 of Baki the Grappler. I'm like, what? What the hell is Angel Beats? Is it something to be sad about? Apparently it is, because it's really sad. Apparently. I don't know, because I don't do that. Seriously, I just can't sit down and watch something new. I don't like it. Change, I guess.
I feel like, in my mind, if you don't want... If you're not satisfied with a lot of shows, it may be because that you want your own specific show.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I want like something that caters to me. And then I'll think
Which
it's
is
good.
excellent because that means that that's motivation for you to start making your own project.
That's right.
That's how I feel about like my webcomic right now that I'm working on.
Yeah. He said he was going to get it up by the end of March.
It's supposed to. It was
was
supposed to coincide with the release of Slender the Arrival. It's supposed to be symbolic of the main character, which is a fucking Slender Man ripoff. You know. It would have been nice if I had released it, but I realized I needed more work on it. I wanted to release like the first couple pages as like a package instead of like one there, because I got fucking AP tests and all that stupid bullshit.
Hey, summer's coming up.
Summer's coming up. That'll be fun.
Yes. But, yeah, like, recently I've posted auditions for voice actors for a game I want to make. I'll have the link for it down below so you can check it out. But, it's kind of fun, really. It's kind of scary and fun, like, getting these emails with, like, audition tapes in it. It's like, holy crap, I wrote this. Oh my god.
How many have you gotten?
Around 10-ish?
Wow, really?
Yeah. I put it on this voice acting forum where people just kind of get auditions for indie stuff. No pay compensation though, but it's fun doing it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, most of them, they're not bad, but it's not what I'm looking for. But some, I'm like, holy crap! Like, one I got for one of my characters, this one. One of the auditions I got was like a spot-on impression of Bryce Papenbrook. I'm like, whoa! Did Mr. Papenbrook do this? Bryce Papenbrook, he did Zidane in Dissidia. Or, what else did he do? He was in Suke and Aiken. He was Patch Bobo and Bobo 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 Bobo. He was that guy from Durara. He was a lot of stuff.
Sorry, do I need a translator for this?
No. I'll put a picture of him.
Right. So.
Mr. Papenbrook, if you did send me an audition, I'm probably going to put you in, don't worry.
Oh, wait, that's his name on the forum. I thought he was a artist. I'm sorry if you're listening to this.
He's like an actual voice actor, Bryce Papenbrook.
Wait, he actually sent you something?
I don't know, but it sounds almost exactly like him, so it might be him.
Oh. Well, if
it is.
Yeah, sorry I offended you or whatever.
No, it's fine.
Fuck, I'm tired. Video games. So we've hit like the fighting games. We've hit all that other little stuff. World of Warcraft. What do you think of that?
It's fun.
You said your brother tried it.
Yeah. I've, a few years ago, I did, like, a free trial of it. Like, I just have a lot of fun exploring, like, the cities and the big plains and whatnot. Not so much doing quests, just, like, running around. Because it's really, like, level design-wise, it's pretty fun to just jump around in.
I swear, World of Warcraft is the most boring fucking thing to ever watch. But when you play it, it's just like, woo! Look at this.
It's weird, isn't it? I know, right?
I like games that are cool to watch, like God of War. God of War is very cool to watch, but when you play it, it's really fun. But when a game's really cool to watch, really fun to watch, there's no real motivation to buy it when you get down to it.
Yeah,
you can easily Google it. Yeah. But if a game is really fun and it's boring to watch, that's motivation to play it.
Yeah.
In my opinion. That's like the Metroid example I gave fucking 40 minutes ago, you know. Metroid Prime was like, this is such a cluster of menus and shooting and first-person gameplay and all that stuff. But it looks fun as hell, so I'm going to go play it. But, you know, Other M is, you know, very platformy and gets you all that cool stuff.
It's like
and cutscene heavy too, so
yeah,
it's like a movie.
It's like an original 2D Metroid mixed, you know, made 3D.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, why should I play it, or why shouldn't I play it? I mean, I don't know. That's like, it seems like it's mostly the case for like first-person games versus third-person games. Like Devil May Cry looks fucking fun as hell to watch, and it's fun as hell to play. But actually no, I'd never just play a Devil May Cry game. I'd have to like absorb it. I mean, not play it. I mean, like
watch it.
Like watch it. Like I have to just play it because it's like, this game's amazing. You know.
And I kind of went.
The thing about those games is that the gameplay is like the cutscenes in that you have to do all that ridiculous shit if you want to survive.
Right.
Even though you can't pick up a motorcycle and smash someone's head with it.
Might be fun.
Like the DMC game that just came out, it's very tame. It's very... It's almost... I wouldn't call it subtle, but...
Nothing about Devil May Cry is subtle.
Yeah. It's not... Okay, well, I mean, the whole point of it is that, like, demons are... It's basically the plot of They Live. Right. Demons instead of aliens.
I love that movie.
But the cutscene and the action is not as batshit as the originals. Even though, like, it's mostly 3 that's the craziest of them all.
Yep.
4 was alright.
I really, really like 4's graphics. It had some beautiful
graphics. 4 had some really good graphics. Those were like Soul Calibur level graphics.
Like, I'm not one to praise graphics ever. I don't really care either way. But, oh my god.
I feel like, though, a little too much was poured into the graphics. And that, like, oh, hey, this is such beautiful graphics. Now you gotta go through the whole fucking thing again, you know? You got to the final level? Oh, wait, it's not the final level. Go backwards. Woo! Oh, hey, we're back in church now. Oh, fuck, church, you know?
It's kind of the trade-off to play as 2 different characters.
Yeah,
like,
true.
2 tried to do that, but Lucia got her own disc, and it's literally the exact same thing Dante went through. With Dante and Nero actually goes somewhere, and it's actually tied into the plot, you know? They trade hands of protagonists for a little bit. So it's understandable, at least.
Do you want there to be a new Devil May Cry? If there is a new Devil May Cry after, you know, this reboot, would it be a sequel to the reboot, or would you want it to be a sequel to the original series?
The original. Like, I'm sorry, new Dante, but you just kind of suck.
Okay. I can understand that.
You're just not as cool as original Dante.
That's undisputable, right there.
Like, and making fun of us for wanting old Dante back? It's like, looks himself when he's wearing a white wig. Not in a million years. Come on, dude.
It's funny because he gets the white hair at the end of the game.
Yeah. As an unlockable costume, so you're like, screw you, I'm playing as old Dante.
Old Dante.
But no, I like the...
I can imagine a Dante where it's like Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
And like you see Dante again, he's like, pizza, you know, demons, Virgil.
Knowing him, he'd probably be perfectly fine.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Like,
I mean, he's half demon, so he's probably fucking immortal anyways.
Like,
it seems like when a character is half anything, there's always the package. It's always the package. It's like eternal youth, super strength, like what else? It's like you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, like extreme durability and all that crazy stuff. It's like if something's half demon, half angel, half walrus, I don't know. There's always this boost, and it's annoying because I always want to see a character that sucks because they fuse with something else. Kind of like I remember there was a Budokai Tenkaichi game with Dragon Ball, and there's like a little not subplot, but like an alternate reality spin-off thing,
like a scenario.
Yeah, a scenario where Cell absorbs Krillin and becomes weak as fuck because of it. And I always like that because it's like instead of the character becoming more powerful, it becomes just shit tons weaker. Like I think Yahtzee wrote about this, is that there should be games where you level backwards, where instead of gaining more and more powers, you have to choose what powers to give up. And so by the end boss battle, you only have like 3 spells left, and by then you better be pro with those weapons, or else
it's kind of like God Hand, because So you were playing through God Hand, you're beating people up, and you're having a good time of it. And this little bar at the side of the screen next to your life bar fills up. And when it fills up, it goes, level up! And then you realize the enemies have gotten stronger, faster, and more intelligent. Not you. Your abilities are exactly the same as they were. The enemies are going to whip your ass. Luckily, there is a way to put that back down so you don't, die immediately.
So is it supposed to do that? Or
Yeah.
So it's not like Oblivion where it's like, oh hey, you get new spells, but you're fucked now,
No. It's like, Gene, the game is, each level is broken up into little segments, and between each segment, Gene can go to the shop to get some new moves and abilities. But, the enemies are always going to be, like, where they are. You gotta learn these new moves and figure out how to defeat them, because there's no holds barred in God Hand.
Huh.
Yeah. It's actually, pretty interesting. Like, you can even waste a super move ability on groveling, which drops your level back down to 1, so you don't have to worry about...
Groveling, like...
Like, Gene literally gets on his hands and knees and begs for forgiveness. Literally.
Well, the game is called God Hand, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't played God Hand.
It's freaking awesome.
Actually, when I hear God Hand, I think of Black and White, where you play as a little God Hand.
Right.
Like, plucking people off and throwing them.
I kind of think of Berserk, because that's
Oh, right, Berserk.
the bad guys.
Fucking Griffith.
Or Killer 7. Remember the bad... What's his face? The bad guy. He's got the God Hand.
Killer 7 or 7?
Killer 7.
Oh.
Like, not Harmon, the dude he fights.
Did I play Killer 7? No, I watch a lot of freaky videos about it.
It seems pretty good.
When you get down to it, I've actually played a lot of games.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Do
Do you have Killer 7?
No, I want to play it. I've got No More Heroes, like from the same dude.
Suda 51, right?
Yeah.
Lollipop Chainsaw, it seems really cool. I want to play it.
I'm just really sick of zombies. I just can't stand them anymore.
Yeah, after the 50,000th time I played through the zombies level in Black Ops, I realized that I'm really tired of zombies.
Yeah.
But I like variations on zombies, because I think zombies are a pretty good mook to fight in a game.
Yeah, I guess. They're like the most understandable.
Because it's like, you've always had the urge to shoot the head off of someone that you know. And zombies is a cathartic way to release that without the stress of
Killing
murder.
someone.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I understand what you mean. Like, in Dead Rising,
Yeah.
there's literally just a wave of zombies, and as Frank West, you got to use all your wrestling moves to kick their asses. That's a really good
But
zombie.
the actual boss battles are
against
psychos.
actual people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting take. The zombies are just kind of there for fluff.
Yeah. And there's this weird trend where zombies have to mutate into like special types, which I understand from a gameplay perspective that like you need to have varied enemies, but story-wise it's actually story-wise it makes sense too.
Like in Resident Evil, there's like the T virus and the G virus and the
Yeah,
whatever.
or like
virus.
Left 4 Dead, you got like the boomers and all that stuff. It's just it's such a widespread trend though.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
I'm even seeing it like leaked into like mainstream zombie flicks too.
Well, of course, just the whole process of an enemy getting stronger and bigger is just, standard stuff.
I think we need to see more vampires though in video games. Like,
I guess.
I mean, I don't mean like Dawnguard, like Skyrim. I mean like legit vampires, like you gotta survive to like morning or something. Like you have to use your wits against vampires, or to be turned into a vampire, which would be even more fun.
I don't want to link this to JoJo's, but
if you say like Brando or whatever, I'm gonna like maul your head off.
okay.
But have you played a good vampire game?
No.
Have you ever heard of a good vampire game?
Isn't
Well, there's Vampire Bloodlines, but
Isn't Soul Reaver about a vampire?
is that an anime?
No. Like
I'd imagine a game called Soul
Legend
Reaper
of
would be
Kain
about
or something.
Soul Reaper or something.
No.
Legend of Kain's I actually haven't played that either. I heard that's really good though.
Yeah, wasn't he a vampire?
I think because in video games, vampires aren't really like vampires. They have vampiric traits. They're like ninjas with teeth.
Yeah.
Like Skyrim Dawnguard. You got like vampire lord and all this stuff, and you're detracted from your powers are detracted when you're in the sunlight.
Right.
Like you gain more resistance to cold, but
Right.
more vulnerability to fire. But you don't die. You don't dissolve when the sun hits you. Nothing like that.
That's interesting.
I want something like Alan Wake, where you have to use
Ooh, I
light.
love that game.
You know.
Yeah, like in Castlevania Lords of Shadows, like when you get to the castle, the definitive castle, you meet these disgusting vampire creatures, and they're not like human vampires. They're these weird mutated bones in wrong places, odd joints, like disgusting, disturbing creature vampires, and you have to rip the boards off the windows to let the sun in, trick them into jumping into that.
Yeah, some gameplay mechanic based around that. That would be awesome.
Like Alan Wake did that well.
But Alan Wake didn't really have them as vampires.
No, they're shadow creatures.
Yeah. I like shadow creatures.
Yeah, they're
Probably why I like Ico and Shadow of the Colossus so much.
eco.
I say Ico.
It's pronounced eco.
Fuck your pronunciations.
Hey.
Barely anyone in that game says Ico. Well, Eco. Well, fuck, they do. Oh, screw you.
It's
When I hear Eco, I think of Jack and Daxter.
yeah, me too. But
And not like the later games where it's like, oh yeah, Dark Eco, and then it's got
But
an
no,
Eco
like-
box. No,
like
like
the
the
first
legit
game.
first game where like you run into the blue Eco and you run really fast, and then like you jump into the red one, you can like punch people really hard, and then
Yeah.
the yellow one you can shoot fire at people.
it's kind of like with
I miss that. I miss that game.
yeah, it's kind of like with Okami. Like since it's not voiced and the names are Japanese, old Japanese, it's kind of difficult to figure out. Apparently, the little bouncing bug creature who guides you around is not named Ishin. He's Isun. What? It just
I feel that
Amaterasu. No,
that's why I always
Amaterasu.
like it when people translate names into Americanized names.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there are animes that have done that, but
Like Digimon Sabers,
yeah, I haven't actually watched that.
Digimon Data Squad in America.
Oh,
It's not Masao, it's Marcus.
yeah, because
It's just good.
when they do that, they understand the audience.
Yeah, they understand that they're not going to know how to pronounce these names.
Because I mean, if they're already speaking in English, you might as well have them say English names to each other.
Like, I understand Funimation doesn't do that because it wants to keep with accuracy, but
That's why I'll always like things that have naming conventions outside of like Japanese names, like Full Metal Alchemist, for example.
yeah,
Which I fucking love to death. Like I've watched both series twice, I think, each. Edward Elric, that does not sound Japanese
No.
at all. Very westernized.
Yep.
When you get down to it, anime is very westernized already.
yeah. Well,
That's-
of course, it was inspired by a Donald Duck comic.
Yeah.
That's
Donald
right.
Duck?
Donald Duck invented anime.
I thought it was Snow White and Seven Dwarfs.
Well, it was mostly Donald. That helped. Like
Well,
all Disney
I
helps.
don't see how Donald Duck could inspire. You can see the resemblance between like Snow White and like an anime character, but not really Donald Duck.
There was a whole Cracked article and stuff, like famous things that origins you didn't see coming.
Yeah, but at least I don't know. Cracked. I don't trust as much
You don't?
as I used to.
They,
Because I realize they barely link their articles. Well, for the more outrageous stuff that they claim. Like I remember they once said like Jesus like punched dragons like in the face or something. And I'm like, that sounds so awesome. Why can't I find that anywhere? And then like
Well, exactly.
there's no links to anything, no sources. So I'm like, this real?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
Back
know.
then,
Being
I
a
was
track
like,
writer seems like totally up your alley.
I don't know. I don't
They're
like.
so cynical. They have like they
I definitely
they
like.
look at things like you do.
I like this style, but I don't like digging up stuff just to write about it. Because I mean, like,
But it's interesting stuff.
like in journalism class for the school newspaper and all that stuff. I really hated just going up to people and interviewing them and doing all that stuff.
Right.
But
you don't
drawing is fucking amazing. I love being the illustrator for that. We could also link to the paper below if they want to see that. But
I could just link them to your DeviantArt page, which you don't have.
Right. Yeah, I'll be making that soon. Fuck you.
You need to get around to things. I'm less procrastinating.
See, as much as I like to say I'm internet savvy, I'm really not. Like, I've really been on like 5 websites my entire life. It's been like Facebook, TV Tropes, Google, Gmail, and MS Paint Adventures. That's about it, really, when you get down to it.
At least
Sad.
I like.
Oh, Wikipedia. What the fuck am I saying?
At least I like subscribe. I go to stuff like Kotaku to get news on games.
Escapist Magazine. That's what I go.
I miss magazines.
I don't when you get down to it.
It all goes back to that I like having a physical thing, like in my hands, you know?
Yeah, that's what everybody likes. That's why pornography will be inferior to the real thing, obviously.
No, I understand that, but no, it's like I like going to GameStop and buying a freaking box with a video game inside of it. I don't like going.
There
online.
is satisfaction in that.
Yeah, I don't like going online, paying imaginary money to an imaginary source to have them feed a game into into the console itself. That's not. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like I actually.
But
have
there
it.
are a lot more benefits to.
No. I understand that. I just prefer having physical copies of things. You know?
Yeah, I agree. If there should just be like a way for you to like. This would be the most tedious fucking task in the entire universe, but like, there's like a slot where you enter a blank disc, and you know download the game from Steam, and then
That'd
you
be
download
fun.
the thing onto the disc, take the disc out, and then you go put it in your Xbox or whatever, and you play it on there, and well, shit, you can just download it straight to your computer, but the satisfaction.
I know,
what
right?
matters.
See, that sounds like a good idea. As insane as it might sound.
And then it'd print out with like the design on the cover and all that stuff.
Manuals.
That'd be cool.
Freaking miss manuals.
Okay, that's what they need. They need more manuals because, God, it's like a little slip of paper.
I know, right? Here, let me. I've got Assassin's Creed 2 here. Look at this nonsense. Okay, this is not a good example.
This has some volume to it. It's got a good 11 pages.
Compare this to the original.
Shit, that's like twice the amount.
Isn't it? It's sad.
Even then, there's like not enough.
Huh.
I suppose old games, they may not have been as story heavy, so they needed like a manual.
You needed
to
a
get
way to
context.
tell people, yeah.
But I just missed having that codex in your hand.
Yeah.
Like Diablo 2 had an enormous
Just to have it,
what is that?
This isn't Slave. What's wrong again? Oh wait, here we go. It's sure there's some to it, but it's split up into multiple languages.
Oh, so it's 10 pages in total then.
Yeah.
Besides like the French or whatever that's in it.
It's just sad. I want to go back to the old days of just having a thick ass manual.
That's why the
all
PS2
characters.
era was the best. Wait. Let's pull up one of these.
The Jack series, they've got great manuals.
Boom! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! It's like it's presented like a fucking
It's a map.
yeah, it's a map. That's like
The manual for Jack and Daxter, the first one.
yeah, it's
This is amazing.
it's presented as if it's like a lost journal or something. That's awesome.
It's so sad, really, how far we've fallen.
And it's only been a recent thing. Like here's Jack 2. It's well, okay, maybe it's not doesn't have the same flair as the previous game,
But it's still chock full of information.
chock full of information, illustrations, and all that colorful stuff.
Now we've just got boring 2 pages of black and white, no substance, no information on items, no information on controls. Why would you? You've got tutorials.
And then you have games where it's like there is no tutorial and you just kind of got to figure it out for yourself.
But then there's also games like recent Nintendo games just kind of throw tutorials at you. It's like, maybe they won't know. Maybe we gotta remind them. Hey, you can use that to save! I'm sorry,
Well, you
Skyward-
can always disable those.
No, you can't. It's Skyward Sword.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Nintendo, but you really... Yeah, I think really everyone has fallen a bit.
Yeah.
Capcom,
That's why indie games are rising up. So
Capcom
fast.
needs to get their crap together. Namco, they're
Well,
just...
Capcom we're talking about.
Nintendo isn't as, like, ballsy as it was back in the day. Square Enix, they just want more money.
Yeah. What happened to Square Enix recently? What did they release? Yeah, fucking Tomb Raider. So what? Making $3 million is a bad thing? Was it $3 million or copies?
I think copies.
Copies. Because, you know, it's I always feel like video games cost way more to make than they actually get from it.
Yeah, but you'd still, like...
That's what boggles me. It's like, wait, money? Where? Because they say like you gotta sell like 1 million copies, and 1 million copies is a good thing. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
But a game's like what, $60? $60. That's like 60. What the fuck? I'm bad at math. $60 million, pretty much.
Yeah.
That. But minus the whole transfer and all that stuff. That's like what, 30 million
Or so,
Remake?
yeah.
But I mean, maybe the only problem with that is that I'm used to like looking at numbers from like film, where like the Avengers makes $1 billion.
And that's, like, a lot,
Yeah,
apparently.
and then the budgets for these films are like in the hundreds of million ranges, like Avatar and all that
I
stuff.
still find it funny how, like, even the lowest selling game will still sell more than the high selling movie. Still make more.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like, say you take a big budget movie, say it rakes in like, say it's got a production score of like 30 million or so, and it rakes in like 40 million or so. And take a game, it's got a budget of,
Oh,
$1
that's
million.
what you mean.
yeah, like $1 million.
I
and
mean,
then,
the guy won't be as rich as like James Cameron, but he
No.
will be making more money.
yeah,
I guess that makes sense. Yeah. It's just I feel like games just take a lot of work. I mean,
well, of course.
and you probably ought to be paid for doing that work,
Well, of course.
and you ought to be paid very well. What am I saying? If you like doing what you do, then I don't see a problem. But that's just me.
Yep.
I want to be a digital artist in the future, so got all that in mind.
Yes. Okay, so, are we good?
Are we?
I don't know. That was a pretty good podcast.
Does pretty good podcast mean it's fucking over like an hour? Is that what a good
Well-
podcast is?
Yes and no. Yes, in that, yeah, we raked in a lot of time because we were talking about stuff, but no is that it's not just about that, it's also about that we talked passionately about this kind of stuff. So, and that's basically what a podcast is. You just talk about crap. You know?
Okay.
Okay, so, this is Dr. Chaos.
And I'm Pocket Protector.
And with
I mean, shit, no, Protector of Pockets. The order of the words is that's what makes things much better.
And this has been Chaos Punch Productions.
Right. Toodles?
Toodaloo.